We are back. You're experiencing Nuestra Palabra, Latino writers having their say. We want to get everybody ready for the Women's March in January, as well as many local activities that are geared towards that. And of course, we are weaponizing literature and poetry. So who better than our international globetrotter, Miriam Damaris Maldonado, awesome poet. She's going to share some poetry later, but first she's going to tell us about two big events, especially one here in Houston, and then she's going to introduce her to her crew. Hey, welcome back.
Hey, Tony.
Bienvenidos.
Ajá, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hoy está llena la cabina con...
Tengo un chorro
con
de
talento,
feministas bellas, preciosas, súper talentosas.
Muy bueno.
Estoy bien back.
Con tu mafia.
Vamos a derrotar el patriarcado.
Eso.
Entonces, tenemos una marcha, una manifestación que esto surgió en Chile.
Que fue fuertísimo, fuertísimo.
So, estas mujeres se llaman las tesis y estas mujeres maravillosas hicieron una protesta súper mágica con todo lo que es la tesis de la feminista número 1 del momento que se llama Rita Segato. Y ellas dijeron, vamos a poner la tesis en música, en performance, en teatro, y vamos a hacer todo esto para que el mundo entero sepa qué es feminismo, ¿no? Y qué es lo que está pasando y cómo nuestro cuerpo ha sido violentado por tantos años. Y lo hicieron y se formó viral, like it's all over the world, like it's in Syria, Colombia, Puerto Rico, México, en todas partes.
Faltaba Houston.
And of course, we need to do in Houston porque we have the number 1 in sexual traffic. And we have a lot of diversity. So that's why we have Puerto Rican, Colombian, Mexico.
So the National Women's March will be taking place in D.C. Houston has to do its own work, which is what we're talking about. Introduce us to your colegas.
Beautiful Magdalena Cuevas, and for me, she's like the best person in theater in Houston. Like, ella tiene todo lo que es en teatro. Es directora, productora, bueno, pero déjame hablar, me quedo con el micrófono.
Welcome.
Muchísimas gracias. Bueno, pues yo muy contenta de participar en este proyecto, en esta iniciativa que Miriam tuvo la oportunidad de liderar y de juntar a muchísimas mujeres para formar este colectivo, que es el Colectivo Feminista Colibri. Y bueno, pues sí, fantástico. Y estoy muy contenta y bueno, pues obviamente sí, a poner nuestro granito de arena en este trabajo y a poner nuestros talentos también, ¿no? Entonces vamos a ayudar aquí en el performance, en la coreografía, en el canto, para que salga todo bien.
Si Magdalena está, todo va a salir bien.
Así es.
Fantástico. A ver, introduce the rest of the crew.
Tenemos más de 100 mujeres en el grupo.
Wow.
Y cada una es líder en algo. O sea, es como que Houston, you have a problem. Y tengo a Claudia acá, que ella es médico genetista y ella estuvo muy interesada. Cuéntanos por qué tú decidiste estar con nosotros.
Gracias por la oportunidad primero. Quiero decir, muchas personas que están escuchando esto, que no todo el mundo despierta estos temas de la misma manera. En mi caso, creo que todos hemos tenido el lado feminista, pero no lo reconocemos. Y I think it's
a great way to put it.
Very important for people to recognize that these issues are out there and to be empathic and to go out there and raise our voices together. And not only because of the moment or doing something for a few minutes, but because people are listening, the public servers, politicians, people that are making things happen to protect women in general, and anybody that is in an underserved situation. So that's the reason why I'm here. With my primary work as a physician, I experience a lot of that, and we're just trying to get out of the hospital walls and try to also raise our voices together.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. So, because I think typically people think activists are going to be like writers or performers, etc. But you're coming from a whole other... And even when we talk about Mexican studies or ethnic studies, people think they're going to be scholars, but you're coming from the sciences.
Exactly.
Absolutely, and I think it's important to mention that there is a whole science in feminism, and I've been learning so much from these women here. We have people from all backgrounds and all colors, and all
Qué
that
fuerte.
all that Latinidad. I think it's just such a encouraging environment to create things, and the collective and this performance is just the beginning of the things that we're going to be doing.
I feel that. I feel it.
Wow. Brain power.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And then we have Mirta, she's Puerto Rican, and we have a lot of things in common. Ella tiene estudios en género.
Pues muchas gracias por la invitación. Thank you so much. I think I'm very glad to have this opportunity. But when it happens, the moment, I think we as a group, as women, as society, we have to make a point, stand in a point of what we want for ourselves or what we want for our society, for others as well. So in this term, we have to say, like, we don't want any more violence. We don't want to continue in these inequalities, in this injustice towards women, toward LGBTQ communities, toward other underrepresented, as the other colleague says, like, we are not alone. We are part of a greater group that also have situation of inequalities and injustice, and we want to raise that, and that's why Houston too, because we are not only Latinas, we are also Latinx, but Houston is fully diverse of different communities with different languages, with this perspective, different backgrounds, and we want to raise that, like, that it takes all that we are in the same place, or at least for people to hear why we are here, why we matter.
Well, it's powerful, and I love you're breaking a lot of stereotypes.
Yeah.
Different fields, all of you bringing different things to the table. We don't think of Chile all the time, and my wife's Chilena.
Oh my God.
It's like now Chile being thought of, but also for folks too that just to give them 3 examples really quickly of why this is so important. There was a report over the weekend. The 16 young woman went to a party, was given drugs, and was part of they used her for sex trafficking. And there were friends that she knew that took her to the party. I'm not even going to list all. Recently, in the last couple of weeks,
there's been a lot of crazy stories.
You had women who were shot by men that they rejected, or men they were trying to leave. They were murdered here in Houston. That's just like, you were planning this before. This has got greater issues, but just in case someone thinks that
This is too much.
That cop a few weeks ago, that was a domestic violence call he was responding to, and where Chief Acevedo, who called out our lawmakers for having better
called out Cruz, called
for having
out
better gun control. That cop was killed because he was responding to a domestic violence situation. I mean, your voices definitely have to be heard. Representation, definitely has to happen, and changes do need to come. This is an epidemic.
And I want to remind folks, so it's going to be January 25th in conjunction with the Women's March in Houston.
Yes.
It will culminate at City Hall. And then tell us a little more. ¿Ya tienen planificado la manifestación?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. And
Cuéntanos un
also,
poco.
we have a lot of surprises. We have a person who is going to use a capa. How you say that in English?
Cape.
Cape? Okay. And this cape has a beautiful, not too beautiful, but es una mujer que mató 2 drivers en México. Y se fue prófuga, ¿no? Y cuando le preguntaron, se fue a un bar a beber tequila después que los mató. Y dijo, ¿por qué los mató? ¿Por qué mataste a esos hombres? Dijo, en venganza de todas las mujeres que han violado en Ciudad Juárez. Y ellos 2 las violaron, la mujer sigue prófuga. Y todos los familiares de esa mujer tejieron, bordaron la capa. Y la capa es súper preciosa, tiene muchos colores. Y hay una persona que es súper bella, se llama Violet. Ella es una artist, ella es súper aquí conocida. Y ella va a estar haciendo el performance de la capa allá. Es una sorpresa. Pero también we have Batala they are awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was,
So
yeah,
they
they're
will
great.
join us too. So it's we have.
You don't want to miss Batala Houston. They are amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
they are
will
really
be with
amazing.
us when I call Luana and she like, please come. I'm done. I mean, I'm down. And then she will bring more people. So
She's really cool. Yeah, she's
yes.
really great.
So
That's
this
exciting.
is gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
I think everybody's going to remember this moment.
Let me jump in. What do you see for yourself down the road with your group and organization and things you want to do? What are your goals and expectations?
So one of the goals is after this is
Take
just,
over Houston?
No, but what do you think?
No.
Like one of the things that we want to do is a lot of education. We want to do a lot of education through the arts because I feel
Brilliant.
like it's very important for, like, I don't want to say, hey, you need to listen to me. No, I want you to enjoy the moment through the art, and then you can get a lot of education through that. And that's my point. So I want to do everything like very entertaining, but also I will give you a lot of education through that.
Y la culpa no era mía ni dónde estaba